Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. And shalom and salutation to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Aquat that are listening, learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,001 the hopeful elect of Israel. All right, so we are blessed to have this truth because we know, all right? We know the truth. So therefore we can't be fooled. And if we are of the elect, there's no way we can be fooled. A lot of fooling going on, foolishness going on out there, in and outside of Israel. The circumcision and the heathen. All right. John 8:32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make, not set you free. And then set you free. Okay. You can tell the difference between bullshit, right, and a lie. Let's get the very elect. Well, that's right here. Let's go here real quick. If it were possible. Up right here. Okay. 4. All right. Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false anointed and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. It's not possible. Chris Green, you got that wrong. General Green, you got it wrong. He said they're even going to fool the elect. No, read it again. Okay, read it with understanding. That's pretty simple. Okay, so it's not possible. This is saying it is not possible to fool the elect. Let's look at that. See, because how do you get that? Okay, let's read it in King James. For there shall arise false anointed and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. Now, insomuch the wonders are going to be so great and wondrous that if it were possible, which it is not, they shall deceive the very elect. No. If it were possible, let's investigate further to get better understanding. If possible, what does that mean, if possible? Even the elect, if that were possible, let's change up the cadence. Let's change up the order. Okay. False prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders that would deceive even the elect, if that were possible. Does it make sense now? Let's see. If possible. All right. I mean, it's pretty plain. So Chris Green says, no, they are going to fool that. No, you read it wrong. So, and that's the spirit. The spirit got to be dealing with you so that you don't make a simple mistake like that. So anyway, did I have one more? Oh, let's go back here. Slovakia, kind of flying with half a plan here. So Matthew 24:4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. Okay? It keeps on saying that over and over. Matthew 24:11, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive. It keeps saying it over and over. Many. Okay? Now, let's get an example of that. I ran across this because I liked the thumbnail and I like what it said. The final plague, the alien invasion, and the global taste of hell. And this dude, let me get cunningly divide. This is just crazy. So let's get that. Cunningly devised. 2 Peter 1 and 16. This is a classic example. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty. So, who's that? Oh, Peter. Followed cunningly devised fables. Why? If you were an eyewitness of the majesty of Yahushua, that means you were in his inner circle, pretty much. And that's who's speaking here. We. All right, so basically you're of the elect. And you can't be fooled, right? By what? Cunningly devised fables. Jewish fables. Let's get that. Is that in there? Let's see. Or is it the same thing? Jewish. Is that the same one? Spelled it wrong. Titus 1 and 14. I'm just going in the spirit here. Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Okay? That's why you're being rebuked sharply or sternly. Let me see. What is that? 14. Let's read 13. Titus 1 and 13. This is true. This witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in faith, sound doctrine, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Okay? Strive to be of the elect that cannot be deceived. All right, so back to this. Okay, this guy is going to go right into, look at this, alien invasion. Listen to some of the stuff that he said and how the breakdowns are on. See, we've been shown this 100% truth. So then you can like weed through the, and this is a macrocosm of the Sakari situation right now. Okay, it's going to be easy for the elect to see a false prophet. This is a macro, right? This is Esau going way off, right? And let's get this real quick. Let's get this real quick. We got to go to Sirach because I mean there's instructions in here, and if you're following these instructions, you're going to be good. All right, here's an instruction for you. Sirach 5 and 15, right? Can we get there? Be not ignorant. Salakia. Come on now. Here we go. Be not ignorant. Sirach 5 and 15, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Okay? This is a small matter. Listen to the grandiose shit and these cunningly devised fables. See, people are being deceived at a very high level. Right now, when you need this information, right, he doesn't understand who the angels are. You're supposed to abstain from all appearance of evil, right? Look at this guy. He's at the pool with a bite taken out of it, going into what? This is biblical, right? The forbidden fruit wasn't an apple, but it was philosophy. It was these lies. And this guy's, here's the devil, bald-headed devil, right? With a Caesar, right? Just spewing lies, all right? You're supposed to abstain from all appearance of evil. So put a piece of tape on there. If you even know, no, he's He's this is the devil. This nigga is spewing vomit. So
this is actually the last response.
Salakia, this is DTBM. I don't know what the hell that is. 10 days ago, the final plague. Take it away, DT.
Warning, it appears in the book of Revelation. By the time we get to the end of chapter 9, people refuse to respond. And so then it's just playing out the tape and it's over. But in Revelation 9, 3 to 12, we get an unusual and very disturbing glimpse into the unspeakable horrors that are to come for every person who dies with their sins unjustified, who dies without their sins being pinned to Christ. And we get lessons, actually 4 of them, from the demon's launch. In verse 3, 4, 5, and 6, in 4 verses, there are 4 lessons. And let me just show you the big picture. Out of the smoke, that's the smoke of the furnace of the pit, this bottomless pit, which is kind of the antechamber, the vestibule to hell.
Which is Europe, the bottomless pit. See, if you don't know this truth, this devil, he can say anything and spin a yarn that makes absolutely 0 sense and doesn't apply to anything that's going on today. And that's what he's about to do.
Like a fire. These locusts come on the earth. Now, what are they? Well, they're given powers like scorpions.
Now, we all know that this is going into World War I. Okay? We all know that. But the story that he tries to apply to this is just so grandiose, right? Go ahead.
That word as means like. So they're locusts. God calls them that, but they have the power of scorpions. But they don't act like locusts because they're commanded, verse 4, not to harm the grass, the earth, or any green thing or any tree. That's all locusts do. I mean, locusts come by the billions, and they just affect every green thing and every grass, and they even eat the bark off trees. And it kind of looks like after Hiroshima when they come. They just strip everything. But they don't attack that. Verse 4 says, but only those who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads.
Okay, so this is talking about something different. This is a different set of locusts. Salakia. All right, there's 2 sets. Let's get that real quick. Okay, so he went into 9, right? Let's get that. Revelation 9. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any great thing, neither any tree, but only those men which did not have the seal of God in their foreheads. Yeah, this is going into World War III right here. Right, this is going into World War III. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. And this guy's everywhere with it. Okay.
Unusual locusts, because not only do they not eat what locusts eat, and they have scorpion stings, but they also can look into people and know their spiritual condition and know whether or not the Spirit of God has sealed them and they are indwelt by the Holy Spirit.
That's the angels. So he's everywhere with it.
God, and if they are, they move.
Because they were commanded. Let's see. They were commanded. They had a specific duty, right? But come not near. Okay, these are the angels that they were given. This is the same situation they were given. Okay. And the World War II. All right. They're in there. You can't see them, but they're setting up situations so certain people will die and certain people won't. And that is how the angels operate. All right, Ezekiel 9. What is the cherub? Okay. Oh, okay. See, the Lord has given the angels direction here. The Lord said unto him, the man clothed in linen that had the writer's inkhorn by his side, right? Well, this is obviously an angel, okay? All right, because right here it just called him a cherub. Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Speaking to the angel or angels, the angelic host, and to the others, he said in my hearing, the angels, go ye through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare it, have no pity, slay utterly, young and old, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. Now he just explained that and began at my sanctuary. Then they, the angels, began, okay? So they're searching Jerusalem with candles, and whoever doesn't have the mark is being slayed, going back to Revelation, okay? And this is basically describing the same thing, all right? But in the course of World War One, okay? Bottomless pit being Europe, okay? So back to this guy. I'm gonna let him spin his yarn. So we're not able to be fooled because we understand what is being said. We know who the players are, right? Go easy.
Spirit beings. Most likely they're demonic monsters.
Okay, no, they're the angels that do the will. And the demonic monsters, the demons, also work for the Most High. They know and tremble. Okay.
Hiroshima, when they come, they just strip everything. But they don't attack that. Verse 4 says, but only those who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads. Boy, these are unusual.
So he's calling the angels aliens right here. Alien invasion.
Locusts, because not only do they not eat what locusts eat, and they have scorpion stings, but they also can look into people and know their spiritual condition and know whether or not the Spirit of God has sealed them and they are indwelt by the Holy Spirit of God. And if they are, they move to someone else. So these are.
It could be a demonic angel. It could be a righteous angel. Okay. They all work for the Most High. If a demonic angel shows up to put you to death, that's not a good situation. Still sent by the Most High.
Spirit beings. Most likely they're demonic monsters, fallen angels that have been incarcerated for a long time by God. Verse 5. And they were not given authority to kill people, so they're under God's control. But they torment people, but only for 5 months, which is the life cycle of a locust. And their torment was like the torment of a scorpion when it strikes a man. In those days, people will seek death.
Now he's confabulating. Right, look that up. He's adding the angels into World War One, right? When he's describing the biplanes.
Find it. They'll desire to die, and death will flee from them. Okay. 4 lessons. Number 1, God shows us supernatural locusts with power to torment, which reminds us of the torments of hell.
Now he's going into, oh, these are aliens coming from outer space.
Hell, like these locusts, demons, is conscious, endless torments. Now this is timed. Remember, it's just a glimpse or a taste or a foretaste. Locusts figure prominently into God's warnings because locusts are unstoppable. If you read anything about locust plagues, you can't stop them. They just come, and if you blow up the ones in front, billions more come behind them, and they just strip and eat everything. They're very feared. The judgment of God should be feared. Lesson number 1. Number 2, look at verse 4. God offers supernatural protection. Do you notice what it says in verse 4? Whoever has this seal doesn't get it. They don't get the locust. They don't get stung. They don't get tormented. God offers supernatural protection.
He doesn't offer it. Okay, supernatural protection is there for his chosen. Okay, for the elect. They're the ones that are going to be protected or saved from all of these plagues, so to speak.
Ezekiel 9, we covered it before. I'll just remind you what it says. When Jerusalem was being destroyed by the Babylonians, and by the way, we were just standing by the Babylonian column and still in Jerusalem, you can see all these arrowheads down there. I mean, it was a horrific conflict, and they just attacked and burned and destroyed that city. But before it happened in Ezekiel 9, God went through and marked all the believers. It says an angel marked them. And what's interesting was when those arrows were flying and when those soldiers came in with their swords, God didn't allow the believers, the remnant, the followers.
They were marked from the time they were created. They were already chosen. So you got to have an understanding.
No, he preserved them through the disaster. That's what happens here. God offers supernatural protection according to his plan. And then look at verse 5. These devils, these demons, inflict inescapable torment. It says that the people, you can't escape these creatures. They're just crawling all over the earth. They're the size of horses. They have this gigantic stinger, and you can't escape them. And they are tormenting for 5 months, and people are just horrifically tormented. What was the torment like? If you read chapter 1 and 9 of Mark, it tells what demons do to people. In fact, it says this in chapter 9 of Mark. It says that when the man brought the child that was afflicted by the devil, he foamed. It says he foamed at the mouth and wallowed and was convulsed. It's interesting. That's the same description of someone that gets bit by a poisonous scorpion, and they're in death throes. They begin to convulse and foam and writhe.
Right. You're being bit by this what do you call it? Viper. This viper right here is spewing his rotten fruit. Right? Don't eat it. Right? Find the real truth, and again the elect are going to see right through this, right? Because we have that 100% truth. Anyway, just like we can see through this with this knowledge, right, and understanding. When you understand that the Most High is in control of those demons, they're angels, is what they are. Okay, they're messengers, and they're doing the bidding of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai on the left and on the right. Okay, so anyway, let me get that, and I'll go ahead and close. So. I will be a lying spirit. First Kings. Let's get the account. If this thing is going to work with me here. Lying spirit in the mouth. So Lockie, bear with me. 1 Kings 22 and 22. Go up a little bit here. 20. All right, here's the setting. Okay. Here's the setting. This is 1 Kings 22 and 19. And he said, Hear thou, therefore, the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, okay, and all the host of heaven standing by him. Host means army. The armies of heaven, talking about the angels standing by him on his right hand. Those are the righteous angels. And on his left, those are the demons, the angelic demons that all work for the Most High. Okay? Now here's the account. And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab? He's addressing all his army on the left and the right. On the left are the demons that he'll send to you to jack you up. If you, on the right, uh, Archangel Michael. Directly to his right is Yahushua, then Michael, Uriel, and whatever order it goes, from the archangels to the lesser benevolent angels. Okay, but he asked all of them, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said, On this manner, and another said, On that manner. Now you tell me which side, left or right, that this particular spirit, right, angel, did he come from the left or from the right? And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? He said, How are you going to do that? And he said, This is what the spirit said, I will go forth and be what? A lying spirit in the mouth of all of his prophets. Okay? Now, what side was he from? Let's see. By what means, asked the Lord. This is 1 Kings 22 and 22 in the NIV. By what means, asked the Lord, I will go out and be a deceiving spirit. What side did he come from? Right? I will go out and inspire all of Ahab's prophets to speak lies. Okay, which side? What is deceiving? Devil. A double spirit, right? A lying spirit. Lying, deceiving. What side? Left or right? So when you know these things and you have 100% truth, what you need to be delivered, if you will, all right, then you can't, all this other shit doesn't mean anything. The spirit of falsehood, clearly from the left-hand side. So, just showing, okay, there are going to be many false prophets. Many false prophets showing what? That we're at the end. Many false prophets shall arise. What is this? It's not what I want. How does Matthew go? That's not what I want. I want First Peter or Second Peter. So let's see what we got here. We're going to close this. Let's start at the top. 2 Peter 3:1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you. Okay. Who is beloved? Is that his love? To beloved. That's the church or Israel. Okay, the believers. In both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers. Okay. What does the word scoffer mean right there? False teacher. Okay. Look at this dude. Okay. He's a snake. He's a venomous snake. You could just tell after he leaves this pulpit, what is he going to go home and do? That's the devil right there. All right. He's a scoffer in this case. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. Okay? And that's what he's doing. So anyway, we're going to close right here. Scoffers come in all flavors. They come with fitted hat, come with ties, right? And lies. And you're supposed to abstain from all appearance of evil. But see, this is how you can find the devil. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Abstain from all appearance of evil. Okay. Oh, you don't know what this means, Mr. Pastor Boy? Okay. The forbidden fruit with the snake bite taken out of. All right. Not that anybody who has an apple, but 2 and 2 make 4, unless you're dealing with fuzzy math, right? I'll get you, my pretty. You got some lightning coming between both hands. I'll get you. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect were edified, you brothers and few sisters. All right, scoffers. All right, don't be fooled. All right, shalom.